You want to change your world? Start by changing your words, because here's the brutal truth. The words coming out of your mouth are either lifting your life up or dragging it straight into the dirt. Every sentence you speak is a command, a direction, a blueprint for what comes next. So if your life feels out of control, maybe it's because your mouth has been giving it permission. CDT, comment I speak victory if you're ready to take control of your life through the words you choose. You say, I'm tired. Life responds, here's more fatigue. You say, I never win. Life says, got it, keep losing. Don't mistake your mouth for a harmless outlet. It's a steering wheel, and if you keep talking defeat, don't act surprised when you end up at the destination of failure. Your words are not commentary, they're construction tools. They're either building your future or burying it. Winners don't talk like victims. They don't walk around saying, I hope things get better. They say, I will make it better. Why? Because they understand every declaration decrets a direction. Every phrase becomes a foundation. If you speak weakness, your actions follow. If you speak strength, your life begins to align with power. Let's make this clear. You don't need motivation. You need transformation. And that starts with your language. Stop saying, I'm stuck. Say, I'm transitioning. Stop saying, I can't do it. Say, I'm figuring it out. You're not lying, you're leading. You're directing your future before it arrives. That's not fantasy, that's focus. People love to say words don't matter, but those same people are walking around broke, bitter, and blaming the world. Why? Because their mouth has been programming mediocrity for years. Your subconscious is always listening, and it's not asking if you're joking. It's following your tone. It's following your belief. It's following your declarations. So here's the truth. You want more? Speak more. You want change? Speak change. You want power? Then stop giving your future away with powerless language. Because your life is echoing what you say. And if you don't like what you're living, it's time to change what you're saying. You're either building or you're breaking. There is no in-between. Every word that leaves your mouth is a brick, and the question is, are you laying the foundation of something strong, something powerful, something lasting, or are you tossing bricks through your own windows and then crying about the broken glass? Losers say, I was just being honest. Winners say, I was being intentional. See the difference? Honesty without discipline is just chaos. But intentional words, those are strategic. Those shape reality. If you speak chaos, expect confusion. But if you speak structure, clarity, momentum, that's what shows up, because your life is always following your language. The people at the top don't just talk differently, they think differently, and that thinking starts with the words they choose. They say things like, this is a challenge, not a curse. I'm still learning. It's not over yet. That's not weakness. That's wisdom, and wisdom speaks with purpose, not pity. Stop calling your sarcasm humor. Stop calling your self-doubt humility. You're not being humble when you say, I'm not that good. You're reinforcing failure, and you're doing it out loud. You say, I'm bad with money. Your brain responds, understood, keep making the same mistakes. That's not comedy, that's programming. If you knew how powerful your words really are, you'd never throw them around carelessly. You'd never speak defeat over your dreams. You'd never curse your progress with cheap phrases like, that's just my luck, or it always goes wrong. No, enough of that. Speak like someone who's building something great, because you are. Your words don't just describe your world, they create it. So speak like a builder. Speak like a leader. Speak like someone who knows that their future is listening. And it's taking notes. Your mouth is a weapon. You can use it to cut through doubt, or you can use it to stab your own future. Every sentence is a strike. So the only question is, are you attacking your goals or attacking your growth? Because most people are assassinating their potential one sentence at a time. You say, I'm just not like them. Why not? Who told you that lie, and why did you repeat it? You say, this always happens to me. Good. It will keep happening until you shut that story down. Because here's the law. Repetition rewires reality. Whatever you say most becomes truth in your world. Winners speak what they want, not what they fear. They say, I'm becoming more focused, not I'm so distracted. They say, I'm building discipline, not I have no willpower. This isn't fake talk. It's strategic speech. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing which part of reality to magnify and which part to starve. The mouth is the gatekeeper. It decides what goes in and what comes out. And too many of you are leaving that gate wide open, letting doubt run wild. But not anymore. Not after this. You don't have time to speak like you used to. You've got too much to build, too much to create, too much on the line. So guard your words like gold, because they are. Every complaint is a withdrawal from your momentum. Every excuse is a leak in your power. But every declaration, that's a deposit. That's interest in your future. That's the difference between movement and misery. And you know what? It's your choice. You're either speaking from your pain or you're speaking from your potential. Choose wisely, because the words you speak today are already shaping the battlefield you'll face tomorrow. You want to know why your results look weak? It's because your private vocabulary is weak. The way you talk when no one's listening, that's the script you're following when life shows up with pressure. You rehearse power or you rehearse panic. Either way, you're rehearsing for something. The question is, what? Don't say, I'm just venting. No, you're planting. Every private word is a seed, and the harvest always comes. You say, this is too much. Your body believes you. You say, I'm built for this. And suddenly you find strength you didn't know you had. That's not magic. That's mental preparation. Successful people speak like champions before the world ever sees the trophy. They talk victory while they're sweating in silence. They say, let's go again. They say, one more rep. They say, I'm not done yet. And guess what? That's exactly why they win. They're not waiting for momentum. They're creating it with their words. You don't become powerful when people cheer. You become powerful when no one's clapping and you speak belief anyway. That's the test. Can you lead yourself when it's quiet? Can you declare greatness when your environment says otherwise? Because if you can, you've already won. You're just waiting for the results to catch up. Here's the raw truth. Your language sets your limit. You talk small, you live small. You talk fear, you feel fear. But you talk like a leader, like a finisher, like a winner, and that's exactly what you become. Your speech is not commentary, it's construction, it's the steel frame of your future. So speak with power, speak with fire, speak with discipline, because your next level doesn't listen to silence, it listens to strength. And if you don't speak it in private, don't expect to live it in public. You think casual negativity is harmless? Think again. It's the silent killer of progress. It's the voice that says, I'm just being real, while it poisons your potential drop by drop. Those little phrases, I'm just tired, knowing me I'll mess it up, that's just my luck. They aren't jokes, they're traps, and you're walking right into them. Every time you say something like that, your mind takes it as instruction. It doesn't know sarcasm. It knows commands. You say, I can't handle this. Your nervous system responds with stress. You say, I've got this. Your mind sharpens, your body aligns, your actions follow. Your mouth is the ignition key. And too many of you are stalling on purpose. Let me make this simple. You are not allowed to curse your future in the name of honesty. You are not allowed to joke your way into staying stuck. That's not real talk. That's self-sabotage in disguise. You're too smart for that now. Too focused. Too ready to rise. So cut the casual negativity. Cold. Today, you want discipline, talk like someone who finishes what they start. You want momentum, talk like someone who creates it on command. You want respect, talk like someone who's earned it, starting with how you talk to yourself. You don't need pity language. You need power language. Replace the low-level script. This is hard becomes this is building me. I'm broke becomes I'm rebuilding. I can't catch a break becomes I'm learning how to create breakthroughs. Speak with strategy, not with sympathy. This isn't about lying, it's about leading. And hear me clearly, if your mouth keeps rehearsing defeat, your life will keep playing the same song. Change the track. Kill the noise and let your next sentence be the one that turns everything around. You say you want to change your life? Start with your dictionary. because the average person is using broken language to try to build a powerful life, and it's not working. Weak words produce weak results. Vague words produce vague direction. But power words create movement. Losers say, I have to. Winners say, I get to. One lives under obligation. The other walks in opportunity. Losers say, I'll try. Winners say, I'm committed. One gives themselves an exit. The other burns the bridge. If you want a new level, you need a new vocabulary. Not fluff, not buzzwords, real deliberate speech. To set goals. Speak action. Speak clarity. Don't say, I hope to get in shape. Say, I train 4 times a week. No excuses. Don't say, maybe I'll make more this year. Say, I'm increasing my income by 30%, and here's how. Don't beg for progress. Command it. Own it. Speak it into form. Because the truth is, your identity is being shaped by your sentences. Every time you say, I'm just not good at that, you reinforce failure. Every time you say, I'm learning this skill, you reinforce growth. One sentence makes you shrink. The other makes you stretch. Choose the one that makes you stand taller. This isn't about pretending. It's about preparing. The way you speak is the way you train. You want to be sharper under pressure? Start with sharper language in peace. Stop using soft phrases that make excuses. Start using strong words that spark results. And don't wait for the world to believe in you. Speak like someone who already does. Because here's the law. Your future rises or falls to the level of your language. You want high results? Speak like someone who belongs at the top. And soon, you won't just sound like a winner. You'll walk like one. You want to change your world? Change your environment, and I don't mean your furniture. I mean the conversations you're having. Because the words that surround you will eventually become the words that shape you. Sit in rooms full of doubt. You'll speak like a doubter. Sit in rooms full of discipline. You'll start talking like a giant. Listen carefully. You are not just absorbing ideas. You are absorbing vocabulary, tone, energy, and most people don't even realize they're being infected by mediocrity just by what they're hearing all day. Gossip, whining, complaining. It sounds normal until you hear greatness, until you hear someone say, let's build, let's go again, let's finish strong, and then everything changes. So here's your move. Protect your atmosphere like your future depends on it, because it does. Audit every conversation. Ask yourself, did this just make me stronger, clearer, hungrier, or did it drain me? If it drained you, cut it off. If it sharpened you, double down. Words are investments, and bad conversations are bad debt. But don't stop there. Don't just listen better. Speak better. Be the voice that others want to rise to. Be the one in the room who sets the tone, who says we don't talk like victims here, who says we speak in solutions, not in sorrow, who carries the fire and spreads it. That's leadership. Because the truth is this, if your circle speaks weakness, you will live small. But if your circle speaks growth, speaks hunger, speaks legacy, you'll begin to rise without even realizing it. That's the power of shared language. It lifts, it multiplies, it sharpens. So become the type of person whose voice builds others, whose language makes the room stand taller. And watch as the right people start showing up, not because you asked, but because your words pulled them in. You don't wait for your future to arrive. You speak it into motion right now, because here's what the average person never understands. Your voice is not a reflection of what's happening. It's a weapon for what's coming. What you declare today decides what you'll walk into tomorrow. Most people are narrating their past, replaying old wounds, repeating old patterns, and wondering why nothing changes. But winners, true builders, they speak forward. They speak where they're going, not where they've been. They say, I'm becoming unstoppable. They say, this season is preparing me. They say, I'm not waiting, I'm creating. That's how you dominate your destiny. Don't wait to feel like it. Speak it until you feel it. Say, I'm growing. Say, I'm learning. Say, I'm leading. Even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because what you speak under pressure becomes what you believe under pressure. And belief, when repeated, becomes identity, and identity shapes outcomes. Let me give it to you straight. You will never outgrow the level of your language. If you speak average, you live average. If you speak fear, you walk in fear. But if you speak vision, you begin to see vision. And if you speak discipline, your habits start to align. The voice precedes the victory. So make the decision today. No more soft talk. No more weak phrases. No more casual curses on your calling. Speak like a warrior. Speak like a leader. Speak like someone who refuses to let their mouth betray their mission. If you've made it this far, drop 100 in the comments. It shows you are part of the 1% that's improving every single day. Keep speaking life, power, and purpose because your future is listening and it's moving in your direction.